horizontal because the vertical we've got a nice little speaker set up. Little speaker, great company out of Australia. And do I remember the Rode? It's Rode, not Rhode Island, but Rode, the speakers. Great. Fantastic company there. Sorry. So on the vertical, but there we go. Fantastic company. But when we've got it going, we're on the sound for the controller. So would love some feedback on how the controller is. Just drop it. All right. Daryl Matthews asking, do I have a pair of dirt bike boots? No, I don't have any dirt bike boots at all. Sorry. No boots. I'm racing in socks, so I don't even have shoes for my sim rig. Starting on -1 here. It's ex-motorcycle dirt bike racer is our buddy from Texas, Daniel. And it looks like I've accidentally just started the race, so I guess it'll be down to Super Doofus Tom and I taking a ride together. Tom, thank you for making it in. I guess let's practice our home track up. And we can see the Ferrari still the best car when it comes to off-the-line acceleration. Let's see how Super Doofus and I do. The team manager giving me a showing of how to race this track. So if you haven't already done so, check out Super Doofus' channel. He's on YouTube. He creates great content. And not only is he a great driver, but he creates great content. And he's, I think, an overall great guy. We're lucky to have him as our team manager. And a very important, centrifugal part of the team here. Now let's get down to the third for that section. Help with the rotation of the car. And you can get back on the throttle here. You can actually get down to second and get back on the throttle much earlier. A little too early there. Once you get back onto the throttle in a turn, normally you want to be on that throttle and not have to let it go. You have to let it go before you then add braking. You got on it too soon. Now before you start lobby racing, it's always good to check your tires. Hey, Dark J! Thought I'd start a lobby because some of us thought we were going to have a race starting at noon. So I was ready to race. I took the time off from the family. I organized everything, got my daughter up, changed her, dressed her, fed her. And Super Doofus is showing us how he got that B rating because he got a lot faster than he was 6 months ago. And much more consistent. Running a 153.7 for lap 1. Not with the torque we got on the steering wheel. This play seat does not handle the torque. We're running the torque on the steering wheel at 10. Now the Toastmaster TGP2, I like that it's belt driven, and I don't like that it's belt driven. I like it for rally racing, so it won't just rip my arm off. But I would like a direct drive. I'll be moving to the T598 soon, but this has what, 6.3 newton meters of torque, and I'll be down to a 5 with the direct drive, T598. I might wait just a little longer and see if they come out with something. I think 10 is about the right amount of torque. 6 to 10. Because this is on 10, this is on maximum torque. We've got a little torque booster unit. I would like it just a little bit more torque. It's sort of like the minimum torque to really feel good. I'd say 5 might just be a little weak. Dark J, how are you? How's your weekend going? Any chance we might get you in for another race? Yes, we got Superfist on YouTube. Just want to remind everyone, if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, please do so. He's a major contributor to the JCCR racing team. We're now on Discord. We've been on Discord for a while. Oh, fantastic, Dark J, fantastic. We'd love to have a nice Sunday drive with you. Heck, we can even, maybe if you want, we can do something weird, like throw on rain, or change cars altogether and go to muscle cars, 90s Japanese cars, European only. Winner will pick, and it's not just GT3, we'll do a full open. I'm glad to hear, Dark J, that you're doing well. We're doing well. Family got more sleep last night. We're in desperate need of more sleep and playing with all our emotions and hormones. Sleeping well is step one. All right, Superfist showing us how he's a B rating driver. 148, well done. So on the Apex, we can get back on the throttle. The more we're on that Apex, the earlier we can get. It's probably one of the fastest showings we've done through that turn. Carried a little more speed. I guess practicing an outside line if someone really guarding the inside line. Once we're moving on well to that, oh, this is going to be smooth. 106.7. I'm curious to see what tires we're on. I think we're on softs. Instead of practicing 2-3 laps around here while we more people are joining the lobby, I think it's good. Superfist and I having a race. Superfist showing us all how he's the team manager. I'm the founder, but I'm also Lieutenant Slow. Gave myself a promotion because in the courses I never made it past second lieutenant. Still an officer, but didn't make it past second lieutenant. Injured my back. That back injury caused me a lot of problems in life. Problems walking, problems doing any work around the house. All sorts of, I used to split like 20 points of wood in the thing. Won't then cutting down any trees nowadays. Back to Canada and Shaw my own snow. Here we go, lap 4 of 5, 2 laps left. We had some people waiting to get in, we see, but we got tired of waiting. That's how you want to go through there. I think that's a pretty darn good light. Yeah, that's well said, the Dark J. Yeah, once we get older, any earlier injuries that we thought were invincible when we were, 18 or 25, we start to realize we're not invincible in our 30s. But yeah, it gets amplified. Like I have a fine little hat hair on the edge of my nose, which is rather annoying. That's nice to actually do Watkins Glen. It's nice to do any track without traffic because you can really focus on where you ideally want to be on the track. And then you just got to remember, once there's other cars, your ideal, you can't hold that ideal to a must-be, end-all. Don't wreck yourself or others trying figuring this is the right line, this is my line. It's the car in front of you's line, first of all. Oh, Watkins is an incredible track. Am I starting to get anywhere close to Superfist time? Superfist running a 148.1 and I ran a 148.7. Well, it flows very well. I used to ski before I injured my back. Canadian Forces skiing was my favorite activity. I can't ski anymore because it just takes one little impression on a bump and then I might have a good deal of trouble walking. Or I walk, but yell occasional screams. But skiing is incredible. Now this is a nice replacement for skiing. We've got a track that flows this well. I have to check where I put the brake balance on because it is Perfecto. And let me know in the comments, can you hear me? Because right now I'm running the sound through the controller. So if the sound is horrible, not in the vertical live. The vertical live, the sound is running through this speaker right here that's on my chest, and you won't see the vertical live, but you've seen the horizontal live. If you're not sure the difference between vertical and horizontal, my trick early on was horizon, flat, that's your horizontal. The vertical is harder to remember because what can you really relate it to? All right, the final lap. I mean, this was a great test. Tire wear 4 is perfect for 5 laps at Watkins because your tires need to adjust somewhat to them, but they're not cooked, right? They're not. Okay, you can tell I'm a little further away. Fantastic. That lets me know what to do here. Let's see if we can get this box. First, we can get the box, but instead of moving the box closer, let's just move the whole table closer. So with that adjustment, and then you can now see from the corner of the horizontal, you can actually get a little view there of our steering wheel unit that we're running, the 599 double X. Thankfully, it's not the triple X, it's only the double X. Evo 30. So I guess no bottom stuff, only top stuff, only second base. All right, here we go. Super Doofus. Race long and prosper as well, mate. No boots, Daryl Matthews. Sorry about that. All right. Unless you're talking about ski boots, in which case, ski boots, well, those are very set up to settings, and I need my ski boots because I only have one pair. All right, so let's see here. We got DJ in the house. Super Doofus, if you're good for another race, you won, so you get to absolutely choose the next race, and you can choose everything. Oops. So if you want to race muscle cars, if you want to race JDM, if you want to race only Ferraris, if you want to race in the rain, you can put whatever track and conditions that you want. So I'll just write, you choose everything. It's a first ever because we always run GT3 here. We had a lot of people waiting. We had DK, we had Lost, Doc, we had Tony. I guess we had people that felt they were waiting just a little too long. We had Silence here, we had Crow, Skim. We almost had a full roster there. Almost had 8 racers. Hopping on the game, fantastic, the Dark J. What's odd about these lobbies is if you don't, when you start off and you're 1 or 2, very few people want to come. And when you're 14 out of 15, it's just non-stop demands. I guess people don't have very much faith these lobbies will get going. Oh yeah, GR4 at Bathurst. Let's set this up. Very cool, very, very cool. All right, so let's see how to change the GR rating. Definitely can hit it up on Bathurst. Also known as Butt Hurts. And would you want that in the rain, Super Doofus? I'm pretty sure you're going to say no. Very few people want to see, very, very few people want to race in the rain. Wow, okay, so girl racer using the Phonetic DD Pro. That is exactly what I'd use if I could start all over again, but I've got my Thrustmaster load cell pedals, and they've made such a difference for the racing. And what was the other factor? Were we able to switch over? No. Okay, so Bathurst here. We'll do the 5 laps and the GR4. Let's see if Bathurst brings some people in, or the GR4. I don't know if more people race on GR4. It is a little easier to race GR4 because you brake less. Harder to spin out. Hey, yes. Welcome in. Good to see everyone again, and nice to meet you here. Spoke Drome. And I need a GR4 car. Let's see what we've got. We got the, oh, of course we'll take the 458 when it comes to, oh, but the Mustang is actually surprisingly quite a pleasant drive, and I also really like in GR4 the McLaren. But I want to hear that McLaren, I want to hear this Ferrari scream. Plus, Ferraris aren't reliable, but McLarens are horribly unreliable. They're just not put together very well. Tires, you can run mediums or softs. Both will survive. There we go. And got a question about tires. What tires should we run? And I'm saying softs or mediums. So we're still in the C League, but our safety rating has been destroyed. Absolutely destroyed by Monza. What a track this week. And we're running the race to 1,000 subscribers. So we're running trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to end the live on the vertical and be just in the horizontal. So if you want to make it over, come join the horizontal as we try to get to 1,000 subscribers today. So thank you very much, folks, for those of you that watched. Really appreciate. Race long and prosper. Godspeed and God bless everyone. I hope you have a positive day. Don't forget, take care of all the spheres of humanity, or the spheres of what we need to thrive as humans. So there's the mental aspect, the health aspect, the spiritual aspect. So don't forget, sleep well, eat well, do some gym, get physical, and spend time with friends and family. And it's family day. Friends and family day is Sunday. So make sure you spend time with your friends and family. I'm going to get back onto the horizontal where we've got our JCCR race team, which have become all good friends. We'll just go spend the rest of the day with them. Take care, everyone. Hope to see you in the next live. Now, hey, Ronan's made it in. Right on. Ronan running some GR4. Super Doofus mowing lawns in a Lexus. Hey, at least it's, oh, and it's not the Lexus. I'm going to say at least it's reliable. So we'll mow lawns for years to come. Hey, boy. All right, let's get this race started. But first, we can actually get back into our regular sound system setup, where you all hear me a whole lot better like this. Oh, so we've got 5 racers, and that's okay because we've got a whole lot of the JCCR team, about a fifth of the JCCR team. We must be up to about 25 or 30 teammates. I actually think we're well over that because our Discord has well over 100 people in it. Oh, right on. Hobo Star, welcome, brother. Thank you so much for making it in. If you want to get some races, come on down. Join us. Look, Winston, the dog, just came on down. He wants to join these races. So let's just quickly see. We're going to be racing with Super Doofus.
where Johnny's in the pits. That's me right here. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button to help our community grow. And if you know any other sim racers, share this information with them. We've got Folk Drome W5 Racing, Ronan in the Jaguar. Ooh, the Jaguar is very tempting, but I don't own it as a GR4. I'll have to get that. And the Dark Dre, is that a Mazda? Very, very cool. Brave choice. Let's get this race started right up. 5 laps at Bathurst in the GR4 category. Can't believe I'm an A rated for safety. This is embarrassing. We'll have to get that fixed up real soon. I hope you're all ready to get racing, folks. Get your race gloves or shoes on if you've got any. Get your foot on that brake, start revving your engine. And I am 1/8 of a second off. For the startup, let's make sure our rear stays in gear, so -2 for this track, because the hill section of Bathurst will throw your car off. Surprised to not see Super Doofus in the Ferrari, but glad. I think it's great that we try new things once in a while. Looks like the Dark J has decided he's going to give us a driving lesson. He's going to let us get past, or he's actually choosing to start in last because he is world-class fast. So we're racing with our friends here. Ronan, thank you so much for making it in. Super Doofus, thank you for the help and support, brother. We've got Johnny, that's me, Hobo Star, part of the JCCR Racing Pit Crew. So if you make these lives as actual lives and you drop comments, you officially become part of the JCCR Racing Pit Crew. And you're a team owner, we could say, because you're a sponsor if you've become a member of the channel. So a very special thank you to the members of the channel. That makes you a team owner. And I guess that means I answer to you. So become a member. It doesn't cost very much, as low as like $1 or $2 per month. Depending, I think the lowest plan starts at $1 or $2 a month. But it makes a huge difference. We can get 100 people, 100 members. It'll make a huge difference. Put us in a position to be buying gear every month. You spend already quite a bit, and that's why I calmed my purchase on the T598 direct drive. And because it's a little low on power, 5 newton meters of torque. However, when you hit another car or the wall or a curb, it can momentarily go up to 10 newton meters, which is ideal. But on these straights, it'll feel a little less strong than the Thrustmaster TGT2. We got a T150 right beside us. If I could go back to, if I only had the T150 and no additional steering wheels or pedals, I would go straight to Phonetic DD Pro, only because they've reduced the price now. Alright, so it turns out maybe I'm better at driving the GR4s. My main problem with GR4 is I don't push hard enough. Because the GR3s, you have to use a good amount of braking. And now here I go, I told myself I need to push harder. And instead of racing the track, I raced myself too hard. In real world, you can do that. Okay, so Dark J is in an observation mode. He's probably going to collect data here so that he can give me feedback on my driving. It's pretty incredible because when you're part of the JCCR racing team, there's really 2 major ways to participate. You can be, like me, a rookie driver, learning and growing from the A+ drivers we've got, or, you know, Dark J, who on paper it says B, but in reality is a very fast A. Or you can be learning to coach and mentor, because we've got quite a few coaches or mentors in the community here. So Dark J closing the gap, so he's showing me that I can go faster through there. Back on the throttle nice and early, so it's good to go in slow and smooth. So you can be back on the throttle nice and early. These GR4s pretty smooth, much easier to drive, so if you're new to sim racing, a good idea to start on the GR4s. I actually find the non-race cars hard to drive because they've got all sorts of little issues and quirks like snap oversteer, understeer, oversteer. All right, let's see what kind of lap time we can get here right now. 2:31, horrifically slower than Folk Drom W5. Splendidly fast, 2:22 for lap 1. That is quick. So remember, we started lap 1 on a standstill. Should have been full throttle through there, but sometimes, despite the general rule being full throttle, sometimes you can't go with the general rule and have to adapt it to where you are on the track. Here we go, 2:22.1, but now we're 5 seconds lower on that top speed. And the Dark J right behind us, being extremely helpful. And I gotta say, for a four-door Mazda, for a very reliable four-door, Mazda knows how to do it. Of course, I much prefer an Audi four-door, like an S3, or an S4, or an S5, an S6. All of those, much nicer looking than anything Mazda will bring to you, but not all that reliable. Ooh, we're smooth through there, and smooth is fast. I'm in all the gears I would normally be in the GR3. I think it's getting me to be a wee bit slow in these GR4s. Now, if you start to go off track, just let go of everything. Don't play with the accelerator or the brake. That's, I'd say, your best bet for getting back on the track in one piece. I think I'm finally getting through the hill section in a productive manner. Dark J did close the gap quite a bit, showing us that we can go faster through that hill section, but I think we're getting the lines down. And he gives us the nitrous boost. Thank you, Dark J. Help us bring it in a more acceptable time. Now the GR4 for 458 Italia, surprisingly, can't rev it out as much as the GR3 Ferrari 458. But we brought it down to a 121, which is very quick for us. I guess can say we're finally learning to run Bathurst. The Dark J being behind us is actually really great practice. For one, practicing having nerves of steel and racing the track, no matter how close someone is behind you. You race the track, it's just sometimes you make, if you don't want to get past, instead of coming from the outside here, we'd be in the middle of the track to do a little blocking. Let's see, we're at point 2. Let's see how much Dark J closes the gap through here. Let us know how slow we're going. Cut across from the outside to the inside. Ooh, touch the wall there. That will not help us in regards to speed. Dark J must feel like he's taking a Sunday drive back there. Funny to see a Mazda be quicker than a Ferrari, but hey, that's what happens when you put a pro behind the wheel and behind a rookie. Can't say I'm a rookie. This is season 2, so it's my second year racing sim racing. Persevering and fighting through the embarrassment. We had the line, but didn't have enough speed. A little faster and we wouldn't have been turning in so easily to that curb. Plus the ratios, the ratio between the wheels and the steering wheel we put on really high. So another way of saying it is the steering is very sensitive. it turns in from the least amount of input. There we go. I think we did that last turn semi-pro style. That was quick. Drifted on through. And I did benefit. I was a lot quicker each lap. We're just getting quicker and quicker with Dark J behind us. I'm able to see his lines. It's nice. He's always perfectly in my rear view mirror. So I can do the turn, and if, you know, he's coaching, because I can just look back and see, is he closer? And what was his line? Because he's always providing the perfect line behind us. At the 50 here. Try to trail brake through, then switch from trail braking to acceleration. I believe I'm now adjusted to the GT4 in the real world Ferrari. I'd like it if there is a GT4 Porsche 911. I'm gonna just drive like this for a little while, Dark J. Maybe I can learn from watching you here. Learn from reverse. Thank you, Dark J, for being an excellent teacher. All right, let's wait for these tires to get cleaned up before we try to push the speed. And we've got top time of 2:16.4, followed by Drom W5, but let's face it, Dark J wasn't in for the battle. He used the in to play school teacher, so thank you very much for taking me to school, teaching me the track. It was going fantastic, other than the one little I pushed just a little too hard on the top of the hill. And here as well, let's mow some lawn mowing with Johnny. There we go. Bad finish, but otherwise some fantastic laps. Huge improvement lap after lap. But now I know where the limit is. I know where... Oh, fantastic. Oh, Super Doofus, I love that you dropped in your time. 2:19. That is semi-pro right there, because that 2:16, I'd say, is a pretty top pro time. Dark J, thank you. I just told myself I have to do the opposite of what I'd normally do and try to remember where the track. And I was like, I think it's turning right, so I need to turn left. Too bad I didn't get going through the whole... imagine I made it through the whole downhill section like that. That would have been fantastic. But I would have needed to have my foot, ideally, the rear view on. All right, so... do we do one last race, or do we call it quits, folks? Let me know. Let's see if Folkdrome picks a race or not. Let's figure it out that way. You win, you pick the next race. I think I just heard my daughter at the top. Ronan, I hear you. GR4, it does kind of feel like we're missing some ponies, but I'm surprised I was able to get through. Maybe it's also the effect of the Ferrari, because the Porsche, it's easy to lose the rear end, snap oversteer, like my Porsche 911 that I have. Actually, my Porsche 911, even though it... Could we go back to GR3? Yeah, so we'll set that up. Oh, SoFolk has a channel. Right on, SoFolk. So, SoFolk, folks... hit up SoFolk on YouTube. Give them a like or two. Sorry for the dogs here. All right, Nürburgring GP, not the long, LO. Fantastic, great. Let me just take care of these dogs. Sorry, folks. All right, folks. So, we've got our French-Canadian Oreo racer here. Can't even say his name. YouTube probably won't know it's a swear word, but mind you, YouTube's popular in France as well, so they probably will know that's a clever swear word. But it made it past the PS5 police. So, good job. We'll say cow licks, because if we don't throw in the K in there, it is French swearing. Folks, I'm going to start this race up. The dogs were barking because we have guests that have dropped in. So I'm going to be in spectate mode for this race. So let's get it. Or actually, I'll let the computer run me a race. But I will be back at the end of this race, folks. We're going to start it up. And let's see if I can go into spectate mode. This will be actually kind of interesting to see here. Actually better than letting the computer race for me, which would be good for the racers there, not so great for the live stream. It's the Nürburgring GP, the Grand Prix. Get your engines going, folks. And we're gonna go into spectate mode here. Let's spectate whoever's running first. Oh, we've got Folkdrome W5, very quick driver. Let's focus on first place, which is the Dark J right now. So Dark J, I'm leaving you in charge of, I guess, the channel, you could say here. It's all on you, buddy. Don't buckle under the pressure. Thank you so much for the driving lesson from last race. We're able to pull a 221. Super Doofus reminding me why he's B and I'm C. Because he ran a 219, and the Dark J, I'm sure, would have been running a top time there, like a 216, like Folk Drums, but let's see how he holds up against the competition. And Dark J would like to remind us, don't forget to give locally for cancer. I'll be right back, folks. Have a great race. All right, and Dark J picks up the win. Good win. Solid win there. So Dark J, I've got just a little longer. I got to put you in charge of the channel here. I think you did do a great job. You know how it works. You win, you choose the next race. Gonna be my last race I'm gonna have to miss, and then I'm gonna be back as we hunt down, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the live ends. Phil! Don't tell me you've got the legendary Philness GT. You can check him out on YouTube. I believe it's TNS _ Philness GT. I'm not sure what the TNS stands for. Would love the explanation. Okay, Super Doofus heading out. And well, if Super Doofus is heading out, then take care, Super Doofus. Thank you so much. We'll end the live there because I've got guests over. We'll have to start up trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in one live. We'll have to try this out again. Dark J, you get to pick the next race. Team not sponsored, making it in TTFN. Oh, team not sponsored, TNS. It must be that, team not sponsored, but TTFN, I'm not sure what that stands for. But thank you so much, folks, for making it into the live. Really appreciate it. Mario, you did a good job racing for me while I was gone. Godspeed and God bless everyone. Dark J saying, Ronan, you pick. But we only have 4 racers. Well, oh no, we have 4 racers. Even though I'm gone, we could do another race. Why not? Okay. So Ronan, you can pick the next race. I'm gonna have to just miss the next race, but then I should be back in for the race after that. So Ronan, are you still in? You are in. Super Doofus saying ta-ta for now. Well, ta-ta, friend. Ta-ta. Well, we still have 4 racers. I'll be 5th once I'm back in, and we've got Spa. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to miss out on my top 3 race here. I love Spa. So let's hit up Spa right here. Let's do 7 laps at Spa, a proper endurance race. There we go. Let's change event settings. Let's keep the GR3s. And let's see how many more people. Will Spa draw in more racers? Be nice having 8 to 10 racers. I actually find is perfect for avoiding crashes. Of course, the longer the race, the more racers you can be, because over time, the crew gets spread out. So then having 20 or 25 racers if you're doing 30 laps, not a problem at all. So folks, before you start up, check your tires. We've kicked it up to 7 laps, so I recommend going to medium there. So it's going to be a practice on mediums. Highly recommend everyone turns on the mediums. Let's see, if we say that we're racing, will we get a few more people? Because people will see a lobby of 5, and 5 out of 12 on a lobby does usually it's around the 6 racer mark that we get people kind of starting to pile in. So don't forget, 7 laps, change your tires, softs, or do a pit stop, because 5 laps you will not, if you survive 7 laps on Spa on softs, with a multiplier factor of 4, 28 laps, I will be impressed, folks. Well, let's cancel our entry and get it started. I will be back. We're going to have the pros race here. I will be watching. We will be watching. I'm going to bring my phone up with me to answer any questions in the live stream. I'm going to leave Mario here driving for me. Hey, TNS Philness Games, you legend! Thank you so much for making it in. Let's watch whoever's running in first will get the show, the live stream in their honor. I'll be back for the next race, folks. I'm sorry, I got some neighbors who dropped in, but I'll be back for the next race. And another big win for the Dark J. Congratulations. Dark J for the win. Let's see what happened here. Ronan wondering if the Dark J ran softs and the Dark J ran mediums and seems to have pulled an impressive race. Now, Dark J, you call the shots. What's our next race? Are you still in? Then we got Nick Knight making it in. He's a B speed driver with a B level of safety. I can't criticize anymore that Monza's kicked me down an entire full safety rating. Monza's just been destroying safety ratings this week. Waiting to see if Dark J is going to call the next race, if he's good for another race. All right, so a little recap for all you racers out there. The goal here on the channel is to learn and grow together and to race smooth. To race smooth, you got to go in slow, smooth, catch that perfect line, and come out with all sorts of speed for your next straightaway. And part of this channel, two main goals of the channel: to learn and grow together. Some of you are coaches and mentors. Others, like myself, amateur racers, trying to learn to become faster. And then the last part, of course, is to build community. And boy, have we ever built a good community here. Let's get Watkins up and running. Let's see if Watkins draws. I almost never do any work here or any play time on the weekend. It's usually all for the family. So we don't have our regular drivers in. We'll do 5 laps, make sure those softs do last, because Watkins has an amazing track, but it has a habit of chewing through tires. So here on 5 laps, folks, I'd say you can make it on softs. As people, give everyone 2 to 3 minutes, give everyone a 3-minute warning for start time as we try to get in a few more racers. 8 would be nice, 10 would be perfect, 12 actually starts to be a little choppy for this small track. So let's see how many more we can get in the next few minutes. And the Dark J saying this will be my last one. Well, this will be our last race then for this live. I guess we won't have made it to 1,000 subscribers in this live, but we will try again shortly. Let's just give people a little bit of warm-up time and see if we can draw in a racer or 2 more. right, last race of the day. Get your engines warmed up. Hopefully everyone did a little warm up here at Watkins. I'm gonna do it without the warm up. Hey, Boston, what is up? We did a little out of habit race here. A little racing on the weekend. Rowiki, what is up, brother? Let's wait until you've made it in. We'll pour ourselves a little bit of the bubbly water. Rowiki, what is up? I've made it down to the A class. I got kicked out of the safety rating S class because, well, Monza has taken me out an entire point of safety. With all the penalties, it has been a rough week at Monza, and we're one race away from getting kicked into the D League. Get kicked right in the D. All right, I hope you're all ready to go. Make sure you've got your softs. You can definitely get away with softs here. So run the softs, and let's organize the grid here. Rowiki, you're super fast, so if you don't mind, put you at the bottom. I'm Lieutenant Slow. Put myself here at the top. Dark J, really quick as well. Boston, let's move you around here. And Ronan, I think this makes sense. Let's see, we've got... Oh, I'm C, then a whole bunch of B's, and the A plus down here. Let's get Lou actually as Bunny, and hopefully he won't crash up too much. Won't deliberately take us out. So we'll be chasing down Lou. Oh, and here comes our 10th driver. It's so odd. Once you get to 6 racers, then people start to pile in. LMS on top. C rating for safety. Let's hope they just haven't driven in sport mode, because the E rating means they've pretty much either they're really slow or never have really driven in sport mode. El Mas on top, trying to get this race going. Pick out your GR3 car, GR3 requirement. Lando, hopefully you're not a rando here to kick us up and off the track. Hey, Vermont, ICT, right on. You're right on. Your Im's on top. Oh, it's Im's on top. I read it as Le Mas on top. I thought it was a little bit of French mixed with English. Let's get ready to put the pedal to the metal. Default is EC, not EB. Oh, that is great to know. Okay, so he has driven at least a little bit in the sport mode. Well, let's try out these new racers. Welcome to the channel. We race clean, folks, so keep it clean. Oh, El Mas, it's an abbreviation of your name. Okay, fantastic. Well, I actually work with Michael Mass, and his family name is M-A-S-S-E. So I wonder maybe it's or M-A-S-E. Might have an extra S than you. Who knows? Maybe you're related way back when. All right, let's get ready. Get your brake balance where you feel it's best. I'm going to do -2 for this track. I'm going to try to stay out of the way here. It's had a horrible start. And we make it through turn 1 with no bumpy, crashy. Lou doing some significant blocking here. Weave blocking. Oh, sorts of trouble now. And we made it through. Hopefully everyone else made it through. Nick picking up a bit of a penalty there. Oh, sorry, Lou. I gave you a little nitrous boost, which is usually appreciated, but on the straightaways, not in the turns like that. Did a little risky move, but no harm, no foul. I did steal and jump the turn there. Oof. I'm responsible for not hitting the car in front of me, even if I'm finding them to be going very slow. Rowicki, super fast Rowicki, climbing to the top. Great pass to Dark J. Beautiful work there in the Aston Martin. We got drivers from the JCCR Racing 2026 Championship League, the Pro League, the Dark J, and Rowicki coming in for a race. Rowicki coming for a race, and Dark J keeping this live stream going. We had visitors from across the street, some good friends and neighbors coming in. Basically like an aunt and uncle for our daughter. So they came by, dropped off some presents to welcome our newborn into the world. Nick Knight behind us. Needed to add a little bit of brake, keep it in the navigational beacons. But now we are moving on the 20 marker. A little bit of brakes. Passing through, let's go front to the outside, brake at the bottom of the hill, let our momentum slow us down, do a down shift, and we held, we didn't over brake there, and that's what gets us into a low 106, low-ish, mid 106, low mid. We need to get that down to 150, 105.9, and then we'll really be rolling. Coast, downshift. Don't get on the brakes too early because you'll drive yourself into the wall there. Coast, I'd say this section. And keep it in fourth. And we're in third. We're not horrifically too far behind the pros here. Let's see if we get a time penalty for that. We took it to the outer limits. But did we keep it in our own solar system? It would look to be yes. No time penalty. And now we've got JCCR Ronan right behind us. And he gives us the free nitrous. Thank you very much. I think we went through there pretty textbook. Pushing it to the limit there, using up tires quite a bit. Finesse our way through there and almost into the 105s. Of course, Ronan are really giving us a lot of extra speed here. Out on the yellow, back on the yellow. I think we'll be penalty free here. Now we're stuck to the inside here. Ronan, that'll give him the chance to pass us. Oh, he's decided to stay behind us to try to catch us up to the Dark J. I'd say we won't catch up, but maybe we just won't lose by as much. Or trail by as much. Ronan, this bronze is easily yours. It's time you take it, mate. Starting to learn that I can turn the steering wheel quite a bit more than expected without spinning out. A lot of my sim racing, or the little bit of sim racing experience that I had before this past year, goes all the way back to, I think, the PS2. And I did a lot of endurance races, but with muscle cars. And there, if you're too hard on the brakes or the accelerator or the steering wheel, Actually, a lot can go wrong. A lot can have you crash out. But the Ronin giving me a master class on how to drive this track. Because when he closes the gap, I know, hey, I could have done that turn more quickly. Should have carried more speed. And if I go through too quickly, well, the wall will teach me everything I need to know. Let's see if we just coast up in third, drop it into second. Can we make it in? I don't know. Oh, a little slow this time around. It's all yours, Ronin. Take it. Thank you for all the help, all the nitrous boost, but let's just say the nitrous tank is now empty. Looking good in the BMW there. Let's try to follow Ronin's lines. You can see he really uses up the whole track, meaning he's carrying the most speed possible through the turns. Ooh, do not want to be braking there. Ronin showing us the perfect line for each turn, turn after turn. Such consistent, high, fast, high quality, fast pace driving from Ronin. And that comes with time, experience, and perseverance. The perseverance to get through the embarrassment of when you first start out racing or doing any hobby or business plan. Much better control than I had 12 months ago. Several hundred hours later of sim racing practice, and you can say that my chances of surviving a real-world racetrack have increased significantly. Tires getting quite worn. Just see, can we still catch the apex? No. But we went through there pretty fast for tires that are worn this much. Ooh, do not do what I just did. That is a full throttle or at worst lift off the throttle section. That's the braking section. And will we hold fourth? Oh, we will. That'll count as a 1 second penalty. But we still hold fourth. It just means that Cowlicks behind us came in very, very close. Congratulations to everyone. Good race. We kept it safe and solid through turn 1, and I think that was a very clean race. Those are the type of lobbies I love having. A huge congratulations to Rowiki, you absolute legend, Mr. Speed himself. Rowiki having the highest first place to races raced ratio on the JCCR racing team, because Rowiki finishes in first when he races. Let's say if he'd done 10 races with us, I believe he's finished first, let's say 8 times. It's an incredibly high success rate. And Vermont ICT saying I spun out first lap, then did a 153. Well, 153 is nice, so it's good. You didn't give up, and that's the key to racing. It's the key to life. You start a new business or you start playing a new sport, and yeah, you spin out. You feel like a fool, but you just need to pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what could I have done differently? And what did I do right? And what did I do wrong? So what can I now do differently? And then rinse and repeat. All right, that was fantastic live. I don't think we quite made it to 1,000 subscribers, but we're on our way. It is the race to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for making it in. If you have made it in, please hit that thumbs up button, share with any other sim racers, but most importantly, do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're in an absolute race and battle with Philness GT, a racing legend here on YouTube, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before him. However, we started off with about a 200 subscriber advantage over him, and now I think he's passed me by a few subscribers. Setups were on for brake balance, but I think the rest, like the cars, should be tuned, BOP tuned. Folks, thank you so much for coming in and making the races. I'm going to start closing this up and try to end, of course, on always a positive note for the entire race team. So let's just remind everyone first, before we get to that, a commercial break. Don't forget to change your oil, folks. You got to keep your oil. Don't wear out your engine. Vermont ICT, thank you very much for making it, and I appreciate that you made the race. And do keep in mind, we race Mondays to Fridays, almost every single Monday to Friday, other than one Thursday per month and one Tuesday per month. The second Thursday we miss, and the third Tuesday of the month we miss, but we race Monday to Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Actually, 9 p.m. is when I go on and do a sport mode. I do one race, and then between 9:15 and 9:30, we start up our lobby races, and our lobby races are clean, otherwise people get kicked. So that's a lot of fun. It's actual real racing where you have space to learn and you're not so frustrated that you don't learn anything because you're just frustrated and trying to Batman everyone else off the track after they were, they were like a Joker or like Donkey Kong, the barrel throwing donkey from Mario. So let's get into escapes and movies and just have a little chat. In life, taking on a new sport, trying, sim racing, taking on a new business, you're going to make mistakes, and that's totally okay, and it's good. If you're not making mistakes, it's just because you're not assessing and recognizing your mistakes. So you got to take your time, find those mistakes you're making. And if you don't want to call them mistakes, let's call it room for improvement. Find out where you've got your room for improvement. Find out what you did right, what you can improve upon, what you can learn from, and then reformat and reapply, and just keep trying. Think of it as, like, let's say a stone, a boulder, and you're just chiseling away at it and trying to get it more square and more soft as you move forward. And you're just trying to get that stone. The stone's got to start as a boulder. You can't, in life, no one's there to just give you everything. That's when you're a kid and you've got parents that have money. But life is not, being given a polished stone and then say, okay, well, dust it off and polish it once every so often, and, good job, champ. Most of us are starting off with boulders. Chip away at those boulders. Find those spots where you can improve. Look for the easy improvements first. The low-hanging fruit. The fruit on the ground is a lot easier to pick than the fruit at the top of the tree. So great running with you fellas today is what Seahawk is saying, and which is Ronan. I second that. Thank you so much for making it in for the races. Godspeed and God bless everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Don't forget, take care of your various spheres of health. So you've got your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. So take care of sleeping properly, eating properly, spending time with friends and family. Doing a little bit of community work is always good for the soul, and focus on that realm of spirituality. You'd be surprised, being a moral individual and doing some good in the world will do a lot of good for yourself. Godspeed, God bless everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and see you tomorrow night, Monday at 9 p.m. Hope you can make it. Thank you for making it in. Blessed to have the members and blessed to have all you.